Hello, welcome back. So we are once again at Act 2 of what is it called? Oh no, I forget the name of the game. The Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. So this is very interesting so far. I like it. This game is kind of my jam. This is a game in which you have to ask questions of your patients, and I'm getting the feeling that so to recap, we have a patient who seems to be a mermaid. This is not her. We have a patient who is a grave digger who seems to enjoy an extra hour of the day. We have a patient who seems to experience Groundhog Day. We have a nurse patient who probably kills her patients, her elderly patients. And then, of course, we have, I say of course, I don't really mean of course. And then we have another patient who stabbed her husband with a steak knife, who claims not to have anger issues. So we will see how that works out for her. On top of that, the whole reason that we're here is that we have the doctor who was here before us, Dr. Dekker. We are not Dr. Dekker. We are a whole other doctor. The doctor who was here before us was murdered. We have an assistant, Jaya, who is kind of helping us out with this. I'm not a big fan of Jaya. She kind of pops in at the most inopportune moments. We do tend to stare at her chest quite a bit. I'm not a big fan of that either, but we'll see how that goes. And now we have just been joined in Act 2 by two former patients who seem to only have, who seem to be automatically, I don't know. So the whole thing is if you have an orange dot next to the name, it means that you have enough information to move on. And these two names showed up. And these guys were from the opening, I recognized them from the opening credits of the game. So, I've seen some of their clips before. They might just be able to verify some alibis, as it were. So we're trying to figure out, how did Dr. Dekker die? I cannot say Dr. Dekker for the life of me. I have a cookie as well. Okay, so I should not have bit the cookie before, but with that all said, we were talking to Elin.
It was very traditional, old-fashioned, Dinner at a nice restaurant. Then we went for a little walk along the pier.
Mm-hmm.
Held hands, had a bit of a kiss.
Yes.
Then he called a cab, and I went home, alone.
I'm just gonna ask, cab?
I think it was about 11 when I left Max.
11.
I'm sure you could check with the taxi company if you really wanted to, if you think I need an alibi.
I do. So Dr. Dekker was killed at about 20 past 10. That much I remember. Taxi company?
No.
No, I want to know what the taxi company was. So apparently she was on a date until 11. But apparently there's more that I can ask her. Okay. Oh, crap. So we can actually check other people's alibis. So let's go to Jaya and say... She's looking really annoyed at us. Check taxi company.
One step ahead of you, boss. Elin was picked up from the pier just after 11 p.m. There is no way she could have got from there to here in an hour.
Good to know. Alright. Is there anything else to up about? Alright. What can you tell me about Dr. Dekker?
Yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
3 o'clock, I think.
3.
Just a few hours later, he was... I still can't get over it.
Okay. What was your session about?
I feel like you're asking me questions about something I don't know anything about.
You know all about these. So this is kind of one of the problems of the game, is that so how about Nathan? Nathan, our favorite loophole buddy. How are you today?
Hello again, Doctor.
Hello.
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk about it. Yesterday, I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I just wanted the day to move forward. I instantly regretted it. And lo and behold, here we are, a new day. Hannah's clothes are a pile of ashes.
Hannah's clothes.
I've kept almost all of her stuff as she left it. It's just the clothes. I decided to burn those yesterday, so here I am. Hannah loved clothes. Every season, she'd donate her entire wardrobe to some charity or another, and only buy stuff she loved. I was left with winter. I don't even know what her favourite season was. Does it matter? What's your favourite season, Doctor?
What is my favorite season? My favorite season is... Do you know what? It is a toss-up between summer and fall. I'm going to say autumn.
I thought you'd be an autumn person.
Yeah, I am.
That means you're supposed to be grounded and productive.
Oh, heck yes I am.
And you like your space.
I do. I really do. So, Nathan, where were you Valentine's Day?
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day.
Oh shit, he was at Henley's
visiting
too?
Hannah's grave. It was the anniversary of her death. Her parents wanted a huge funeral with all the trimmings. Hannah would never have come for it. It does give me somewhere to visit. I got to write the epitaph.
Hold on, I didn't see the last part.
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day, visiting Hannah's grave. It was the anniversary of her death.
Yeah, I saw
Her
that.
parents wanted a huge funeral with all the trimmings. Hannah would never have come for it. It does give me somewhere to visit. I got to write the epitaph.
Right, so the epitaph. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. So I'm gonna say, tell me about Henley's Church. This is the common denominator so far with 3 of the 5 patients we have here.
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
That is a good point. I'm kind of trusting Nathan right now, because he seems to be... Okay, so where were you Valentine's Day? He was at the church. So tell me about the epitaph.
We walk alone without our angel.
Yeah? Is that the epitaph? Because that's pretty shitty. Don't wave at me like that. Okay, hang on here.
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that.
Okay. Okay, Jaya. Who did Dekker see Valentine's Day.
Asking one question at a time is a good tactic, don't you think?
This is
Wanna
not
try
a
again?
complicated question. This should not be a complicated question. Okay. Hey, Jaya. How about Claire? Our favorite. Okay. Our favorite sociopath, Claire. How are you today?
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today.
Oh.
I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway. But it's also where they died.
Shit. So, how did your parents die?
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Aish.
I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
How to say carbon monoxide?
I'm not sure. It was a faulty boiler, I think.
Just respond with, don't ask me questions. You're the one being analyzed. Yeah, seriously. So we got carbon monoxide. We're moving on to strawberry bubbly water. Huzzah! Okay, so...
It's the anniversary of my parents' death.
So tell me about your parents, as most therapists would ask.
Sorry, I don't know anything about that.
Oh, bullshit, you don't. Come on.
It's the anniversary of my parents'
Okay, so tell me about your parents' death. Is there anything else she asked
It's the
about?
anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway.
Okay. Tell me about the lake house. Fun fact, in the most recent play that I wrote, there is a lake house in it. Just saying.
I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there, by the lake, only about 9 or 10.
Is it
She was
Death Girl?
fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
Okay, tell me about the girl.
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different, special.
Yeah?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
Yes, you're allowed to talk to the girl.
Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human.
Good.
So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor.
You know what? Yes, you can.
Are you bored? Do you want me to talk about something else?
That name gives me the creeps. Yeah, seriously. Yes, you can talk to the girl.
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different, special.
Why did she look sad?
David had been hunting again, and, well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house.
What skins did he hang?
Animal skins. David hunts, then skins. It's horrible, really. He's not really good at either job, so the skins still have great lumps of bloody carcass hanging off them.
Ew.
I'm sure he'll get better with practice.
Oh.
Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human. so I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor.
How do you feel human?
I don't know anything about that.
No.
David had been hunting again.
Oh, so what did David hunt?
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him. I didn't go inside. I forgot my key, and the spare was missing.
What?
Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human.
Are you not nice?
I don't have an answer for you on that
No.
one.
Sorry. Can't smell good. Alright, we're gonna switch patients. So I'm not making much progress today. Nathan. Is that the, right, that's that guy. Sorry. Okay. Okay, Mariana. Oh shit.
It was Valentine's Day. I drink on special occasions.
Oh, special occasions and socially. What special occasions?
We went out for Valentine's Day. Neither of us had dates, so I just suggested we go out together. You know, rather than just
Thank you
sit in
for
with
Alf.
nothing to do. He'd been acting a bit strange anyway, and I thought he could do with a break.
Was he acting strange? What normal people do this? Okay, why was Dr. Dekker acting strange?
For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end, he liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
Interesting. Interesting.
For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end, he liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
Yes, so if there's a green star next to the question, it means that there's optional things you can learn about it. If there are 2 orange stars, that means that there are things that you absolutely must learn to proceed. So there are things that I could probably ask her that I could learn more about the world, learn more about Dr. Dekker, but at this moment, it's not absolutely necessary. So yes, it seems we are done with Mariana. I'm gonna check with. So I checked with Jaya about.
One step ahead of you, boss. Elin was picked up from the pier just after 11 p.m. There is no way she could have got from there to here in an hour.
So we did check Ilan's alibi.
Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some...
How are you feeling today?
to be honest.
Oh no?
Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I
Oh,
would never
shit.
do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
Who is Hilda?
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
Oh, I feel like you're gonna go see Hilda to kill her, but, you know. So, not so fun fact, I actually do have an aunt who was, who lost her nursing license because she was stealing drugs from the hospital, and that's not such a fun fact, but, so I'm kind of having trouble with this, whole narrative arc, I guess, narrative branch, I'm gonna say. Let's see. Who is Hilda? So let's see, how are you feeling today? What did she say during that? What were some of the key words?
I haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my...
Yeah, so what did you steal?
This?
Oh.
Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
So who is Alice?
Alice was one of my favourites.
Yeah?
She never held back, spoke her mind about everything. But she had a wicked sense of humour.
Okay. Tell me about the locket.
I think we've got a bit off track. Maybe you should check your notes.
No, I want you to tell me more about that locket. Okay. Let's see.
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
Why do you need to see her? Because my sense is that you need to see her so that you can kill her off with your herbal remedies, but let's see what you have to say.
To help her finish her unfinished business.
Oh, shit.
People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives.
Uh-huh.
We're very messy that way.
So what is Hilda's unfinished business?
Hilda wants to see her daughter. She's in Australia, so I'm going to have to use my talent.
Your talent. Oh, great. Okay. Alright. What is your talent?
I can change my skin. What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them. It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them. Okay, we're gonna... Your skin?
I'm not sure. Okay, wait, I have to listen to that again. What the
I can change my skin.
Okay.
What I look like.
Okay.
I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them. It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them.
Okay, so... Do you comfort them? Because you're known as the Angel of Death.
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
You shape shift at work?
I've shifted a few times now. I honestly couldn't tell you how many.
Oh shit. Okay. So she's saying that she's a shapeshifter.
This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
Hey Pandora, you're not late. I'm gonna be streaming for a bit more. So, for Pandora's sake, here is where we are at. We are a psychologist. A psychologist who is replacing another psychologist who was recently murdered. So, our goals are twofold. One, we have to figure out how our predecessor was murdered. The second goal is really to figure out what is going on with these patients. So, what is going on with these patients? We have a few of them. We have Mariana, who I suspect is the Little Mermaid. She has blackouts. She wakes up next on the beach naked. We think she's a mermaid. That's pretty much what we think about her. Nathan seems to be having a Groundhog Day problem in that he relives the same day over and over again. Claire is just kind of a psycho, is a sociopath slash psychopath slash I don't know. She has stabbed her husband with a steak knife. We don't know what kind of supernatural bent she might have right now, because everybody else seems to have some supernatural twist to their affliction. Right now, she just seems like a straight-up psychopath. Ellen is a nurse, and up until now, we didn't know what was up with her. Turns out that she seems to be some sort of shapeshifter. She is a nurse at a nursing home for the elderly, and, well, seems to take on the shapes of the patient's loved ones for their benefit. So that seems to be her thing. Maybe. I don't know. Bryce, our dear friend Bryce, is he's a grave digger. And apparently, he has a very stressful job, and he can experience a 25th hour in the day, in which that is just his, in which time freezes. I'm not sure about what we know. Jaya is our assistant. And she will help us out. She's kind of trying to help us figure out the murder of poor Dr. Dekker. She keeps talking about this guy, Ben, who is a former patient of his, but apart from that, she's not all that helpful. Lacey is one of our former patients, or one of Dr. Dekker's former patients. She seems to think that there's something, almost like a Slender Man type character, but imagine Slender Man as an Avon lady, basically, and that's pretty much what you have with her. And then we have Jasmine, who is an artist, or an art curator, and she sees paintings as moving. Not only that, but if there are people in paintings, they seem to watch her, which kind of reminds me of the movie The Witches, but there you go. So that's where we're at. Slendavon, got it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so moving on. In other news, like, if you see an orange dot next to these patients' names, it means that they are, I've found enough key points that I can move on to the next chapter. If the patient is red, that means that I need to keep questioning them until I get to the point where I'm comfortable with it. If they're completely green, that means that I have asked all possible questions, had all possible answers, but those possible answers aren't necessarily mandatory. So I'm only looking for orange at this point. Now I have the image of, Peralf says, now I have the image of chasing you through the woods, trying to sell you Avon. So that, yeah, that's... My mom's an Avon lady. I can see her doing that. I also have this evidence, which is the Alderby footage, which is of one of Dr. Dekker's former patients, who talks about really God being like somebody who's just so amused, like the earth is just one big amusing experiment for him, which really I don't blame him for. I can kind of get on board for that kind of theory. Meanwhile, Bryce. So what do we have in our notes? So we have Ellen accused of stealing since started with the locket. What else have patients given her? Okay. So then we have two kinds of hints. We have the very overt hints where I can just ask the game, what the heck do I ask? And then we have the more subtle hints, the notes, where they kind of suggest maybe what path I can take. So I'm going to go back to Ellen here and ask her, so what have patients given you?
I think we've got a bit off track. Maybe you should check your notes.
I don't know. What else have you gotten from patients?
I don't really have anything to tell you about that.
And see, this is where the game kind of falters. I'm never exactly sure what phrasing I should be using to get the thing I want. What else have patients given to you? Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna use that hint.
I have a few other things. A watch, a ring. One patient gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets, really.
Tell me about the china bird.
Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die. But Alice's son never visited. He didn't care about his mum. Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewellery? It just doesn't feel right to me. What do you think, Doctor? Am I wrong to keep the locket?
Oh, right. No, you are not wrong. I'm going to stick with my patients here.
Thank you, Doctor. That makes me feel much better. I shouldn't let what Terry says bother me so much.
Who's Terry? I feel like she's told me this before.
Of course it was Terry that accused me of stealing. One of the other nurses. She's actually trying to make out that I'm some kind of HSK.
Hang on, say that again. So, as you can see, I have found everything that I need to if I want to with a lid. If I want to explore some of the responses.
Of course it was Terry that accused me of stealing. One of the other nurses. She's actually trying to make out that I'm some kind of HSK.
So I could ask her, like, what is HSK?
Healthcare serial killer.
Oh!
You know, like those nurses that kill loads of their patients. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Anyway, because a few of my patients have died on me, and some of those patients have given me gifts, Terry thinks it means that I've been killing them off.
Okay, then. So, everybody thinks that she is a serial killer, which I actually found out something very interesting, by the way, if you are curious. So I had a friend who went on a walk with a cold case detective, and or like a scheduled walk, and he explained that most serial killers are actually men. And it's not just like, 'cause I always wondered that too, like if that we never seem to hear of female serial killers, and that's because there actually are not a lot of them. But the ones who are female serial killers are often in professions like nursing. So those nurses that will do the mercy killings, that kind of thing, that's often the professions you find female serial killers in, are things like nursing, prostitution, anything where you engage with the public a lot. So there is your happy thought for the day. Okay. So now we have Claire, who might actually be our psychopath killer here. So, Claire, what responses do we have from you so far?
Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human. So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor.
Where can... Oops. So, where can you find her?
I don't know.
Okay, now, again, I'm kind of stuck here. See, again, it's more of a phrasing thing.
Then I will. I'll look for her next time I'm there.
So what did I ask her? So I said, how are you today? Oh, so where were you? Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day was the day that the former doctor was murdered.
The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock. That was the last time I saw him.
Jaya. Can you confirm Claire's appointment?
I think you might be barking up the wrong tree.
When was Claire's appointment?
I don't know about that, Doctor.
Fine. Okay. So let's go back. So, once I've asked her, I'm trying to get as many answers as possible without going back to the replays, but I'm going to go back to the replay.
The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11
a.m.
o'clock. That was the last time I saw him.
Oops,
The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock. That was the last time I saw him.
What happened the last time you saw him?
Dr. Dekker made me an offer that I couldn't refuse.
Really?
I'm taking it to the grave with me, though. As did he.
What offer did he make you?
Dr. Dekker was more animated that day. Excited, even. He talked a lot.
Okay. What did Dr. Dekker talk about?
I see what you're trying to do, but I really don't know any.
Oh no, so Claire, I've asked all the relevant points to her. So anything now is just... Okay. Something's going on that day. So, Dr. Dekker saw Claire at about 11 a.m. He saw Marianne about 9 p.m. And he saw Lynn about 3 p.m. So how about Bryce? What have I asked Bryce so far?
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move, because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor?
Right. So I'm actually going to ask him, what were you doing Valentine's Day? Where were you?
I spent most of Valentine's Day at the art.
Right, he was at the art gallery. Let's ask Groundhog Day if he had a nice day. Yeah, seriously. Okay.
When I first got the hour.
So my... so my notes say, Bryce asked what I would do. I wonder if he's still, oh. So if I told him, Bryce, I would spy.
Well, that makes me feel a little better.
Yeah.
There's a young mother, divorced, who lives opposite me. Jessica. She's friendly and says hello to me, smiles. I've always wondered what she looks like naked. So 1 hour, I broke into her house. She was standing in her bedroom. I took it as a sign. I took off her clothes and...
I don't want to know anymore. Okay. So, Bryce, you,
Well, that makes me feel a little better. There's a young mother, divorced, who lives opposite me. Jessica. She's friendly and says hello to me, smiles. I've always wondered what she looks like naked. So 1 hour, I broke into her house. She was standing in her bedroom. I took it as a sign. I took off her clothes and...
I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. Like, shit. Okay.
Well...
No, I don't want to know what... Okay. What happened after you took off her... clothes?
Nope.
Oh, come on. I'm not agreeing with him. I'm just trying to figure out how to question him on this. Okay.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. There's a young mother, divorced, who lives opposite me. Jessica. She's...
Okay, so tell me about Jessica.
I took photos of Jessica when she was naked.
Oh god, this is
When
bad.
I'd stripped her. When she was naked and frozen. I didn't want to have to do it again, to strip her again. So I took pictures to remind myself what she looked like. That's wrong, isn't it, Doctor?
Yes, it's wrong! Yes, it is wrong.
I know. It's that bloody Dr. Dekker. He made me this way. It's all his fault.
Sexual fantasies are normal. Fine, sexual fantasies are normal. Taking pictures of somebody when they are naked in front of them and frozen. No. Okay.
I know.
Okay, so why is it Dr. Dekker's fault?
Like I said, I originally presented with depression, and everything was going well for a while. Then Dr. Dekker changed.
How did Dr. Dekker change?
He was easily distracted during sessions, like he wasn't listening. I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening half the time. I don't think he wanted to know about his patients anymore. But when he did give you advice...
Okay. What advice did Dr. Dekker give you?
He told me to use my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real. He told me to think of a way to get more time. So I did. But he pushed me. He made me think it.
Well, does he have photos or not? He does. Then it's not a dream. Yeah. No.
I first got the hour,
Okay.
he told me to use my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real. He told me to think of a way to get more time. So I did. But he pushed me. He made me think it.
So do I ask, how did you get more time?
Thinking I had an extra hour
Oh,
at the
okay.
end of each day did become real for me, Doctor. Maybe Dekker was a genie, and he could grant wishes. Maybe he wished himself dead. I don't know.
No, I don't think. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm inclined to believe that these people are actually supernaturally gifted. And if that's the case, taking moon photos is wrong. There you go.
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move, because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen?
Okay, so far
Go to the fairground?
I have said I would spy, I would go to this fairground, I would kill. Would I say I would kill? I would kill. Kill. Nope, I already said that. I would hide.
Sorry, Doctor, I don't...
No, that's not good. Let's see. I'd help. Well, that's just not an option. So if I say I would help.
Not something...
I would help people.
I did think, what good could I do, other than catch up with work? I did see a woman who was having her purse snatched, so I gave her purse back, and the crook, I placed him on a bus a few blocks away. I have no idea where it was going. She'd never really be able to thank me, so I took another picture.
Really? What picture did you take?
I took a picture after undressing her. I put her clothes back on before time resumed. To be honest, there wasn't much to take off and put on. Do you know what kind of girls walk around at midnight, Doctor?
Have you been to I walk around at midnight. Shit. Okay. Are we done with Bryce? No, we're not done with Bryce. There's something critical that we have not asked him yet. Shit. Yeah, I'll ask Bryce if he still has photos. Do you have the photos?
I don't know.
No. So one of those questions that just popped up, I feel like, can you see something behind me?
Possibly a relative of yours.
Oh.
Possibly a patient that died here. I'm not sure. She doesn't normally say anything. No, sorry.
So somebody mentioned something earlier. IROC, you keep seeming to defend a woman. You keep seeming to defend a guy who's still undressing a girl in his mind. I just, no. We don't know that he didn't do that yet. Okay, so let's see. Nathan.
I was at Henley Church. I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange...
Tell me about the fossils?
It's a sea creature, like an octopus. I suppose they find dinosaur bones everywhere. Just because we're on land now doesn't mean millions of years ago this place wasn't at the bottom of an ocean. I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
Did I ask him? Yeah, I asked him where he was Valentine's Day.
We walk alone without our angel.
Do you walk alone?
I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
Oh, granted, I rock. Yeah, no, I know. It's just... I keep thinking that, you know, he's, I can't help but think that he's more devious than he seems to let on. If he talks about undressing a woman, I'm gonna take it a little more seriously than, like, you know, normal. Yeah, it's also wondering, like, what mythical beings are these?
I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
Who else would you look for?
That's not really something I know. I left Henley Church. We walk.
Who is your angel?
I'm not religious, but when I wrote Hannah's epitaph, I knew her parents would want some acknowledgement of the great bearded one. But she was an angel to me. She was an angel to everyone. I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
Yeah. I think that, like, if someone's experiencing Groundhog Day, I think you should look for someone else.
Okay, fine. I'll try. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, though. Just sign up to Tinder and start swiping. Maybe it's just company I'm missing. Although I don't really want any.
Okay.
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker's...
No, I don't think you had anything to do with the murder.
Should I know something about that?
Like, how should I phrase it? Did I ask him what he was doing Valentine's Day? Because now it's asking me to say, like, what were you doing at the time of Dekker's murder? Okay.
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
Maybe I'll ask out of the other patients. What did Dekker think of you?
Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me, if that's even a thing.
Welcome back, Trevel. No, they're not mythical. I feel like they are mythical.
Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. the memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past, so I guess he cursed me.
How did he curse you?
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor?
So now he's asking for advice.
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor? I've been trying to think how I can get past today. I've come up with a couple of choices. I could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. But setting fire to the clothes did the trick. Or setting fire to a rocking chair. She sounds like an old lady, but she loved that rocking chair, which I've not sat in since. Which one do you think's best?
Okay, so what should we do? Rocking chair or photographs? If she loved the rocking, what did he burn before? He burned the... Do we find out who was drugging the mermaid? We did not. Dr. Dekker might have been drugging the mermaid. Let's try that again. Hang on.
I've been trying to think how I can get past today. I've come up with a couple of choices. I could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. But setting fire to the clothes did the trick.
I'm gonna say rocking chair. Burn rocking chair.
Set fire to the rocking chair.
Yeah.
I never like the way it moves forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards.
Alright, we've got Nathan unlocked. So let's go to Jaya here. And we gotta keep questioning her. So, who saw Dr. Dekker?
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but
Yeah.
did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can
No.
ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, so what do you think of Bryce?
I think Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger. I don't think I like him that much. You know, sometimes when things overrun, he's outside waiting for you, and he stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes. You know, he's not the first person that's done that, but still, you know, it feels worse coming from him.
Let's see. Undressing you with his eyes. Yeah, I'm sure he's undressing a lot. Let's ask about Claire.
Claire seems to be shaken by something. You know, I offer her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else. It's a bit rude, isn't it?
Let's ask about Ellen.
Elin seems like a lovely person. I'm not really sure why she's here.
Because she kills people as a nurse. Ask about Mariana.
Mariana is a special girl. You know, there's something about her that just makes you want to follow her. Maybe that's what a trendsetter looks like.
Okay. How about Nathan?
Oh, I just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes. He barely talks to me though. It's the same hello every time. He reminds me of Tom.
Let's ask about Tom then.
Tom was a quiet mess, like Nathan. Youngish, in his early 20s. He taught piano, but he did have a strange hobby.
Of course he did. Let's ask about Lacey.
I'm not trying to hide anything. I just don't know.
Okay, so she doesn't know about Lacey. Ask about Jasmine.
I've got no idea what you're talking.
Okay, so for some reason, she knows nothing about Lacey and Jasmine. Right. What was Tom's hobby?
Tom liked to base jump.
Thank you, Pandora.
That's basically falling from a huge building or mountain and pulling your parachute before you hit the ground. He started to think he could fly. Dr. Dekker tried to talk him out of it, but Tom had to prove his point. So one day, Tom decided to base jump without a parachute.
Seems smart.
Can you guess what happened?
Tom died.
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
Did you like Tom? Let's see.
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
Why do you want to say goodbye?
I wish I'd said goodbye to Dr. Dekker. It was so sudden. Here, then gone. He resigned anyway, but that's not the same, is it?
Interesting. Why did he resign?
Dr. Dekker resigned shortly before his murder. It's sad, but doctors come and go and only poor Jaya remains.
Jaya.
I've got his resignation letter somewhere. I do all the hiring and firing around here. Well, Professor Alderby and the Trust technically do that.
Alderby. Hold on. We're not done with Jaya yet, but let's see. To memory characters, please accept this letter as notice of my intention to resign from my position. 11th of February, Dr. Dekker. Okay. I'm just gonna put in Dr. Alderby.
Professor Alderby is a trustee. Did I not mention that?
No. Okay. So what else?
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah.
So why did he work late?
We'd work late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order.
Patterns?
Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Order?
Sorry, doctor, I don't know.
Okay. Referral letters?
Yes, letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. You know, I find those referral letters. He was sure there was a pattern in them.
So I guess I haven't asked her where she was Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day, Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11 and that nurse, Elin, at 3. Everyone else cancelled. You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home though, so I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
Okay. Yeah, let's ask Nathan. Nathan! Did Dr. Dekker call you? Phone number. I don't know how to do this. I think I must have asked him about it already, but I haven't asked her how she is yet. So how are you?
Hey you, thanks for helping me with this grief thing. I'm not sure I have it though. I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb. Maybe we should just talk about him.
Okay. So I have enough. We have enough to move on. And I think I might call it there. So let's move on.
David Hunt.
I can change my skin.
Then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients. I had a hot date. We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did phone
On Valentine's Day.
and ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I?
He was preoccupied with finding
Photographs,
patterns.
rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
Interesting.
Oh, Doctor, you surprised me. Reminds me of Officer Yates. Did I ever mention I had a special friend in the police force? Nah, it's not something you drop politely into a conversation. He's been doing some digging and he's found a couple things. There's a crime scene report that goes into all the gory details and another report that's about a patient you're seeing today, Claire.
Oh,
I'll put them
Claire.
over on the desk for you. And thanks for the grief counselling, by the way. It's really been helping, you know, I'm so glad you're here.
Ah! Okay. Alright, so let's take a quick look at these. Crime scene report. So we have Dr. Dekker. Victim was located in his office, seated in a chair behind the desk, soaked in blood with an obvious chest wound. Possible murder weapons: paper spike, desk accessory, 150mm long protruding from the approximate reach of the victim's heart. Estimated from liver temperature measurements to between 8:30 and 10:30 p.m. I feel like it was the mermaid. And then if I look at Claire's arrest report, oh boy. At 10:40 on Tuesday, November the 8th, Holt, oh my god, responded to a call received from a neighbor, the Bauer house, concerning reported disturbance. We arrived at the address and knocked on the front door, but there was no reply. We then examined the rear of the property and gained entry through the insecure patio doors. We entered the property through the door, and I announced myself by shouting, "Police!" but did not hear any response. We searched the premises. Upon entering the dining room, I saw a female seated next to a man who was lying on the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. It would be 22:40. That would be 10:40 p.m. So it's 8:40 p.m. Sorry, I actually operate in military time, so that's a big shame on me that I didn't recognize that. Anyway. I asked the woman her name, and she identified as Claire Castleford. I asked if she knew the dead man. She said it was her husband. I asked what happened, and she said she had killed him. Interesting. You are under arrest and suspicion of murder. Okay. Right. So they're asking me to question Claire first. Who is that? Is this the weird dude? Oh my god, I feel like he was in contradiction. At any rate, I am going to end it there for the night. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I will definitely be picking this up again to find out what happened. And it's been tons of fun. So, once again, thanks. If you want to check this out and if you want to play it for yourself, it is called The Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. It is by... Oh, no, I'm going to get it wrong again. No! It is by Dekker Studios, so check out that. It is currently on sale on Steam, but of course, if you happen to buy it, you know, full price, that's also awesome. So once again, thank you so much. I will catch you guys later, and look forward to picking this up again. Hooray! Bye-bye!